Good morning. Welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to do a comprehensive revision of mathematics and some questions that can be done by Form 1 students all the way to Form 4. They cover every part of the topics that are covered, especially in Form 1 and Form 2. And some of the questions that we are likely to encounter today are as follows. Mostly, students are examined to do questions on body mass. And an example of a question on body mass is we have negative 8 divided by 2, then add 12 multiplied by 9, subtract 4, and multiplied by 6, then divided by 56, divided by 77, multiplied by 2. Now, in a question like this one, a student is required to apply the laws of body mass, which says that we first have to do away with the brackets. Since we don't have the brackets in our question, we just go straight through, which is also not there, and now we go to division. Now for the first part which is the numerator, we can start with the numerator, we solve the numerator, then the denominator, then divide the numerator by the denominator and we'll arrive at your final answer. Now for the first case, we have the numerator is negative 8 divided by 2. So we have first to solve the division sign, then go up to the multiplication sign. Now 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. So here we substitute negative 4 and add 12 times 9 minus 4 times negative 6. Now for the second one, you do away with 12 multiplied by 9. And this one will give you negative 4. You write again. And negative 4, you add 8 is 98, it's 96. 96, 1 more 8, 108, you add negative 4 multiplied by negative 6. And this one will give you 24. Now the next step is to add, because we have done away with multiplication, division, multiplication, and now the second step or the next one will be addition. Now you take negative 4, you add 108, and this one gives you 104, then add 24, and this one will give you not less than 128. Now for the numerator, we have 128. For the denominator, we still have to apply the same rule, whereby we only have division and multiplication. So the first one that will come will be 56 divided by 7. And this gives us 8. Then whatever we get, we multiply by 2. And this one will be 3 times 2, which is 16. Now the final step will be numerator over denominator, which will be 128 divided by 16. And we express it in its simplest form as a mixed fraction. Now, dividing by 2 in both sides, we get 8, and this one will be something like 64. Then from there, by 8 1, by 8 8. So the final answer will be 8, since we have divided the numerator over the denominator. That's what we are supposed to do. Now the most important thing is to find the rules of body mass, whereby when you are given a given question, then the rule must follow each other. Failure to do so, you may not get the correct answer. Now the second one, we can talk about the gradient of a given line. And the question is testing about the equation of a straight line. The most important things on the equation of a straight line is to know the gradient, how to calculate the gradient of a straight line. The second one will be how to calculate the constant itself, and how to calculate the equation, to express the equation in terms of y equals to mx plus c ym stands for, this stands for the gradient, and this is the constant, and y is the equation itself. Then x is the coefficient that we get. Now we can look at this question where we are being told to determine the gradient of our coordinates, the gradient and the coordinates. The gradient of the slope and the coordinates. Determine the gradient and the coordinates of x and y. Of x and y intercept of the line. Whose equation is given below, and the equation is 2y plus 3x equals to y. Now, the question is telling us to calculate the intercepts and also the gradient. So the first thing to do is to find the gradient, and as we have said, you have first to express the line or the equation of the given line in terms of the equation of a line. The general equation of a line is given as y equals to mx plus c, and this one is the general equation of a straight line. Now we have said that m stands for the gradient, therefore we are just looking for the value of m. The value of m. Now that we have 2y plus 3x equals to 1, we can make y the subject of the formula so that it corresponds to the equation of a line, of a straight line that is given above. Therefore, this one becomes 2y equals to negative 3x plus 1. The equation of a straight line tells us that y should not be having any coefficient. So we have to make it unit. To make a equation of a line to be unit, it simply means that you divide all through by the coefficient that you have here. The coefficient of y is 2. So you divide all through by 2 and each side by 2 so that you can get the equation of the line in terms of y. So y will be negative 3x, negative 3 over 2x plus a half. Therefore, the value of m, since we have said this one stands for the m, meaning that mx plus c, and this one is the constant. Therefore, we can simply say that our m, which is the gradient, is negative 3 out of 2. And that is the correct answer for the gradient of the line. Now, the other one will be finding the intercepts. Finding the intercepts of the line. Finding the intercepts of that line. And how do we find the intercept of a given line? The intercepts simply means that when x equals to 0, you look for the equation, or you look for the value of y. When x equals to 0, and the other way around, or the vice versa, the equation will be finding the value of x when the value of y is 0. Now for our case we have the equation being the equation of the line with 2y plus 3x equals to 1. 12 plus 6 equals to 1. And now we have that the value of m we have seen is negative 3 out of 2. Therefore, the equation of that line will be y, as we have seen that will be y will be negative 3 out of 2 x plus a half. Now, when x equals to 0, what will be the value of y? Ask yourself, when x will be 0, what will be the value of y? Therefore, y will be, you substitute where we have the value of x. When the value of x is being given, you substitute that one with 0. So what will be the value of y? Therefore, the value of y will be negative 3 out of 2 multiplied by the value of x, which is 0, plus a half. Therefore, negative 2 out of 2 multiplied, any number multiplied by 0 equals to 0. And therefore, the value of y will be a half. What about the value of x? The value of x, as we have said, can be determined by replacing or substituting the value of y to be 0. Therefore, you assume y equals to 0 and therefore find the value of x. From the equation of the line, you have said that y equals to negative 3 out of 2 x plus a half. And you have said y equals to 0, so that you can know the value of x. Substituting y with 0, you get 0 equals to 3 out of 2 x, 3 out of 2x plus a half. Remember, this one is a negative. On crossing, the other side will be positive 3 out of 2, which is simply 3 out of 2. X will be a half. From there, we can know the value of x. Therefore, the value of x will be multiplied by the reciprocal of h both sides, and the reciprocal of 3 out of 2 will be 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 multiplied by 3 out of 2 x will be half multiplied by the reciprocal of h, which is 2 thirds. So we remain with x on this side. So the other side will be a third, since this one and this one have cancelled. So the values of y and the values of x gives us the intercepts of the line or the intercept of the equation. Therefore, the intercept which we are being asked will be from the coordinates x and y, and now we have found that the value of x will be a third and the value of y will be a half. Therefore, the intercept of the line will be a third and a half. X and y respectively. Now the other question will be testing and indices. And the question is asking us to compute a given sum here, and the question is 27 over 2 thirds multiplied by 81 out of 16 or negative a quarter. Then divided by, it's just like this. We have said the question is testing on indices and the laws of indices. This one will be indices and the laws of indices. The laws of indices, the law number 1 says that a power n multiplied by a power n will be equal to a power n plus n, or simply a power 2n. There's also another law which says that if a given number a is multiplied by a power negative 1 is simply 1 over a. And if these two numbers are being added, like for example, if you have a power negative 1 divided by a power negative 2, then this one will be 1 out of a multiplied by 1 out of a squared. 1 out of a squared. 1 out of a divided by this. And since we know that if we have to remove the division sign here, we can only substitute using a multiplication, then use the reciprocal of this one so that you can do away with it. Therefore, this one will be 1 over a multiplied by a squared over 1, and this one will give us a. There are so many other rules, like for example, we have a division sign here, and this is a multiplication. Like rule number 3, we can say that if a given number a is multiplied by a power negative, say for example 3, multiplied by a power negative 6, then the resultant answer will be a negative 3 plus negative 6. And this one will be a power 9. Now you can use these rules to see whether you can solve this given question here. Now you have to handle each one individually and then finally combine each one of them and get the final answer. Now the first one is 27 power 2 thirds. This one is 27 power 2 out of 3. 27 power 2 out of 3, and this one can be done by expressing 27 as a third root. So 27 is simply 3. We start with the lowest prime number, which is divisible by 27 without giving a decimal point or a reminder, and that number is 3. 27 divided by 3, you get 9, and then 9 divided by 3, you get 3. Therefore, 27 is simply 3 power 3. And then you are being told 3 power 3 into brackets 2 out of 3. From the second law of indices, when we have two powers that are being multiplied, then we just multiply them directly. And this one will be 3 multiplied by, you can write in a small bracket, 3 multiplied by 3 times 2 out of 3. And therefore this one will be 3 squared. So the first one will be 3 squared. The second one will be 81 out of 16 multiplied by a quarter. So you have to express 81 as a third root of the numbers. Therefore 81 by using this rule of prime factorization method, the lowest prime number that can divide 81 is 3. Then this one will be 27. Yeah, and this one will be 3 because of 9 and 3 and 3. Therefore, 81 is simply 3 power 4. Now, 81 is 3 power 4, and the other one is 16. 16, which is by using the method of prime factorization. 16 inside the lowest prime number, which is 2. Then 16 divided by 2 get 8, and 2 because of 4. Then the other one will be 2 because of 2. Therefore, 16 can be simply 2 power 4. So this one can be simply written as 16 will be 2 power 4. Now that 16 is 2 power 4 and the one is 3 power 4, we can write again in terms of their prime numbers in power form. The prime numbers in power form is 3 power 4 into bracket power negative a quarter divided by 2 power 4. The bracket covers each part of it, therefore it will be 3 power 4 out of 2 power 4 into the big bracket into a quarter. Now the next step from there, we have said that 81 out of 16 power negative a quarter can be written as 3 power 4 out of 2 power 4 into brackets power negative 4 power negative a quarter. Now what we have here, we are going to multiply with what we have on the other side so that we can arrive at the final answer. But we have to open the bracket first. This one simply means that we are going to have 3 power 4 into brackets power negative a quarter multiplied by 1 out of 2 power 4 into brackets power negative a quarter. It simply means that each one of them is being multiplied by power negative a quarter. So the first one, by multiplying this directly, you can have 3 power negative 1, 3 power negative 1 multiplied by, this one will be, can as well be written as 2 power negative 4 into brackets power negative a quarter. And this one can as well be written as, this is 4 and 4 cancels, we remain with 2 power 1, which is simply 2. which is simply 2. Therefore, by combining the first and the second one, you can arrive at your final answer. The first one and the second will be 3 -1, which is simply a third. A third times 2, a third times 2, which is simply 2 thirds. Then the other one, the first one was 3 power half. So it was the first one, which is 3 power half, so which is 3 power 2 multiplied by 2 out of 3. So the final answer here will be something like this one will be 9 multiplied by 2 out of 3 by 3 1 by 3 3. The final answer will be 6. As long as the rules of indices are being followed, then the final answer will easily be reached. Now this one applies the rules of indices. The third rule which you have said that concerns division. Like for example, we have 1 out of a, which is simply written as a power -1, divided by n power -6. For instance, you can use n instead of whole numbers. Suppose this one is m and n. So this one will be 1 out of a. The general formula will be 1 out of a power n, then divided by 1 out of a power n. Now to remove the division sign, we only use a multiplication and then multiply by the reciprocal of the other number. The reciprocal of the other number will be 1 out of a power n multiplied by a power n over 1. And the final general formula will be a power n divided by a power n. Now assuming m and n were in numbers, and that the numbers were, let's say, 6 and 2 respectively, such that n equals to 6 and m equals to 2. Therefore, the final answer will be given in terms of m and n, whereby we have replaced them with real numbers. So this will be a power n, and n is 6 divided by a power m, and m is 2. So this one will be a power 2. Since we have said for the division sign we subtract, so this one will be a power 6 minus 2, and the final answer will be a cubed. That is the rule number 3, and the rule number 3 is the one that we have followed in solving the given question. In solving the given question. Now we can look at another example, or another sample of a question which normally tests on methods of solving simultaneous equations, and there are different methods of solving equations. There are different types of equation or solution to equation. And one of the solution of equation is elimination method. Elimination method. And the second one is factorization. And the last but not the least, we have a graphical method. Graphical method of solving simultaneous equations. The graphical method, we must have a graph for us to plot a given value of y against x, and different values of the graph will give us, or will show that the graph, the behavior of the graph, and then the behavior of the line, how it will. As long as someone is leveling the y and the x axis, then you plot values of x against y, and then trace your line and see how it behaves. But now this question here is trying to test us the first method, which is the elimination method. And the elimination method, we first do away with the values of y and the values of x, and then we combine them. Then we try again to see how we prove using a given the value that we have gotten for x and y to see whether they give us the real numbers that are being provided. And now this one is an example. We are given the equation of 2x, they are given 2x plus 3y equals to 1. And the other equation, you are normally given a set of equations, and the set is usually two of them. Two equations whereby you are being taught to solve using a given method of solving equation. Therefore, the other one will be 3x plus 2y equals to 8. 3x plus 2y equals to 8. Now you are being taught to solve using elimination method. How do you solve using elimination method? First, you make either x's to be the same or y's to be the same. For our case, you can start with the x. How do you make x's to be the same? You have to multiply the first equation, call this one over 1, and call this one over 2. Multiply equation 1 by 3, and equation 2 by 2, so that you can arrive at the same values of x's. So this one will be 6x plus 9y will be 3 times 3, which is 3. Then the other set of equation will be 6x plus 4y will be 8. Now the next step, since we have made x's to be the same, we can now subtract them without having a remainder. Therefore, after subtracting, we shall end up having, this one was supposed to be a minus, so this one is a minus. So 6x subtract 6x, which gives us a 0. Then the other one will be 9y minus negative 4y. Since the other rules of multiplication and addition in polymers, when two additions follow each other, the resultant is a positive. Now, when a negative and then positive are multiplied, negative multiplied by a positive, the resultant will be a negative. Then the other way around, when a positive and a negative are multiplied, the resultant is a negative. And lastly, when two negatives follow one another, the resultant is a positive. For our case, we have two negatives following one another. Therefore, we expect the answer to be addition. Therefore, this will be y, 9y plus 4y, which gives us 13y. And 13y will be 3 minus 8, which will be negative 5. Therefore, the value of y will be negative 5 out of 13. Now, what is being left is the value of x. So you can consider the second equation, and the second equation will be 6y. The second equation will be 3x minus 2y will be 8. Now, substituting what we have on the first one with what we have on the second one will lead us to get the value of x. Now, the value of x is obtained by substituting. Therefore, we can say 3x plus 2. Since the value of y is 5 out of 13, we substitute it here. 5 out of 13, and we total the whole of them to 8. So this one will be 3x plus, this will be a minus negative 10 out of 13 will be 8. So we can say 3x will be 8 plus 10 out of 13. So what is 10 over 13? This is 1 and 3 out of 10. So what is 1 plus 8? We get 9 and 3 out of 10. So 3x will be 9 and 1 out of 10. 9 over 10. 9 and 3 out of 10. Therefore, you can simply find the value of x by dividing all through by 3. So this one will be 3x will be 93 out of 10. Dividing by 3, x will be 93 out of 10 multiplied by a third. And this one will be 21. This is 21 or 31. So the value of x will be 31 out of 10. And this method is the one that we have said is known as elimination. elimination method. There are several other methods. Some other times you are being told to factorize or use the graphical method. Whichever method you are being told to use, the answer should be the same, irrespective of the method used. Now we have come to the end of the lesson, so we shall continue from there to do some other questions on recurring decimals and how to solve equations of obtain fractions from recurring decimals and vice versa. Given a given fraction, like for example 1 out of 3, we have been told to express this one as a decimal. We have been given a given decimal to take it back to a fraction. That's what we shall discuss from next time. Unless there's any questions, have a nice day.